to hit the button, but the mics are not hot.
Okay, so let me tell this real quick.
Yeah.
Richie, that worked with me at our wife. Every time a new guy would start this, he'd bring up the name. Of course, they're like, no, he goes, me either. He said, I'm afraid I like that shit. And he would do it to every one of them, and I thought it was so fucking funny.
We safe?
Yeah.
Good.
Fuck!
I'm afraid I'll like it.
Because I like him.
Nah, like, and he might.
He might.
You never know.
I watched that reel last night 5 times in a row because I like him. Laughed every time.
Thank you, Travis.
Thanks, Trevor.
No, I mean, thank you for this, Travis. I owe you.
No, you don't. There's 2 more in the fridge.
Where does Apache Jericho pen come from?
Apache
Apache.
Jericho
Oh, hey.
when they were on.
Remember in Arizona?
I didn't know we had lapel pins.
It's a pin for your
Sounds
lapel.
down. Travis.
Mine is down, and I'm going to like and share it, because I just want to.
Well, you do you, boo.
I've done both of those things.
Have you?
Yeah.
Super proud.
Man, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, you seem fired up right now. Good Lord, man.
Get down on it.
Down on it.
Guess what? I do have something exciting I would like to share.
Please do.
My wife bought some tickets for Jed Harrelson that I was telling you guys about. That guy that's like living in Nashville, and I showed you guys a song on TikTok. Okay. Don't remember.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I don't remember. Maybe it wasn't me.
You may not have been here during all of that, but go ahead.
Adam, Eli found one of y'all's pins.
Lapel pins. I didn't realize that you had left lapel pins. I did not get
and guitar
lapel-
picks.
8?
And
Oh,
And-
you said 8
No,
guitar picks.
it's probably around about 8. Bulls lost them all.
That was nice.
He's not listening.
Tell me the guy's name again.
Jed Harrelson.
Jed
Yeah.
I was going to say Brian.
Harrelson? I was going to say Woody
I was going to say Chris.
Harrelson. He's a famous actor.
I used the song Potential as music of the week that week. The week that I talked about it, I used his song called Potential. And I really like his music that I've heard so far, and he's trying to make it, and I like him. And I'm going to go see him live in like November, I think, in Nashville.
Awesome.
Pretty excited.
Whereabouts?
Some bar in Nashville. She just showed me a printed out ticket. It didn't really have the
You didn't know. You don't know the dates.
destination. November.
It's close.
Adam didn't know they left them either.
Well, I'm
Oh.
keeping it. You can't.
We thought you left him on purpose, Adam. Thanks a lot, bud.
Yeah, you can't be Indian giving the Apache Jericho lapel pins.
Yeah, that's not right.
Because Apache, get it? Oh, I can't say that, can I?
I don't think you can.
I just did. And I don't care.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah. Hate monger.
Don't reckon he'll be running for office after all.
Well, we going to...
Watch and see.
Lexus going to throw us out, or...
Yeah.
My wife made crack cake, guys.
September 21st, 2023, live from a house of boiled down ingredients. It's the Everyday Joe Show with Tooth, Bull, Eli, and your host, the Travis Reed. Tonight, guys,
That's you.
we talk about the journey that yeast makes after it's found its savior. Come to find out, it is a reverse osmosis that is then covered up with spices and grain and water from a hilltop
Yeah.
that has rolled over rocks that were at one time raised by a troubled father. So take it away, the Travis Reed.
What?
I don't know if he's had trouble reading his own handwriting, or...
I'm more worried about the troubled rocks Their troubled father.
I think he might have been describing Eli's beer he's drinking tonight. I'm not really sure.
I am purely reading how non-alcoholic beer is made.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
That's what I was Googling while y'all were
Definitely
talking.
comes from a troubled
That is how it is made. It is made by pouring it over rocks that have been abandoned by their fathers. That's what it says here, and the internet doesn't lie.
Newton is
Bastard
accurate.
rocks. Filtration. Bastard rocks.
Bastardized rock filtration.
That's how it is.
Thank you, Megan,
That's
for the
what-
stars.
Hey, Alexis, start the intro over. Let's try this.
No, Alexis,
we're
stop.
good.
No,
We're
we're
good,
good.
yeah.
We're good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, super
I
solid.
can do it way better.
I'm not sure you can.
Okay, all right.
No, Jimmy Bull is not having a stroke. He's fine. I just saw his tongue. He didn't
The
swallow
jury's
it.
out.
It is. All right, y'all ready to do this?
We were waiting on you, Travis. How
All
are you, man?
right, everybody. Welcome to the
Next episode.
of the Everyday Joe Show. We host the Travis Reed. You might have heard me before.
21
heard of you.
people. 21. 21.
21,
That's a lot for
If they would like and
like
share
21
and
Savage.
comment, please.
21.
I'd like to thank Megan for sending us some stars. If you guys like what you're seeing, throw some stars our way. We'd appreciate it.
Hey, if you don't like it, throw some stars.
Throw some
our way.
stars our way.
That's true.
Yeah. Just send some. We love you. Tooth, how are you now?
Not so bad. How are you now?
Oh, not so bad. Good. And you?
I'm feeling very well.
Good. You fired up for episode 309?
I'm pretty stoked. Pretty stoked like a fire. Huh? Stoked like a fire.
Oh my goodness! Before we go any further, than that I got to read what Willie Bush just said.
Well, let's go.
He said, "I feel bad saying John's my cousin."
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I feel bad saying Willie's our friend. if you need a reminder as to why, let me give you the reminder.
That's it, man. Tooth, what are we?
It's a diet sun drop that you gave me because
What?
I had cotton mouth.
What happened?
I had cotton mouth and a forgetful lapse of memory. When I was leaving the house, I forgot to grab my water. I was going to bring a couple water bottles.
Right.
And I forgot to grab them because I was preoccupied.
It happens. So you just like hit cruise control the whole way here.
I did use the cruise control, actually. The Ranger's cruise control is excellent.
Do you have to steer?
I do have to steer.
Okay, I didn't know that. Thank you, Mike Cardinal. Appreciate it, brother.
I do have to steer.
Okay,
A
I
lot of
didn't
people don't think you can have cruise control with a 5-speed, but you absolutely.
can.
It's
Oh,
on the
of
steering wheel.
course.
Yeah. Yours got the big ball cruise control thing that Dorman makes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Remember
know.
that?
I do remember what you're talking about because I sold it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I've got the two little buttons on the steering wheel, but I don't know what it actually looks like where the controller
Okay,
is.
I didn't know if you had
It's
to replace them.
electronically controlled.
Probably isn't that your model? Probably
Yeah.
is.
That's a 01.
It's a 98.
98.
They're probably still electronically controlled.
Yeah.
It's 25 years old, guys.
It's SVO.
Bad dude.
That's right. Special vehicle operation right there.
correct.
Rain danger
3 liter.
ranger.
3.0.
Ooh, watch out. Honey hush.
I got that big
race
6-liter
truck.
old truck Norris out there.
Truck Norris.
Never heard of her.
Yeah, she's sitting right out there.
Well,
Did y'all see where Chuck Norris became self-aware?
Did not.
There's a video floating around, and he's talking to an interviewer of sorts, and he is discussing like being with this line. He's like, so, you know, I'm sitting here, and I'm ready for the scene or whatever, and I'm next to this line, and the line trainer's there, and the line kind of gets a little spooked, a little scared, and I hear the trainer be very calm, make slow movements, slowly back away. So the line did. And it was Chuck Norris saying it, so it was perfect. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
It was
That's
great.
good stuff. Well, Toad, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me and quenching my thirst.
You're welcome. There's 2 more in the fridge getting cold for you.
look at that.
I
Appreciate
just
Tell
went to
you
the
what,
grocery store yesterday. I ain't had time.
You're
to put
one
it
of the
on.
best hosts I've ever met.
Not bad.
Hostess with the mostest.
I love Hostess cakes. They're so good.
Which
Do you like them better than a Little Debbie? Just
No,
curious.
No,
I bet you like the ding dong.
I enjoy the ding dong.
I like a Twinkie.
The Twinkie?
That's my favorite, man. Smash a whole box of them things.
I see.
in
I
one
don't
sitting.
care for the Twinkie.
I can do it. Just watch me.
I like a ho ho, honestly.
I do, too.
I do like a ding dong. I like a ding dong, but I like a ho ho.
Speaking of ding dongs, Bull, how are you now?
Man, I'm enthralled.
Segue.
You are.
I am enthralled.
You still looking up how to make non-alcoholic beer?
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. Like, and I'm, you know, I struggle with words, and so,
Yeah, no.
but I'm halfway through it. But and we might make people mad, but it's controlled feminination that is a major part of non-alcoholic beer, or it could be.
That's fermentation.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, man, I
I
don't,
thought he was reading a douche label at
Yeah.
first, and then realized that he was.
feminine. That
I've never had any, but I'm assuming this NA beer and that probably tastes very similar.
it does,
It's
and I
nasty.
might have had a different window open too. And then it goes into again talking about the fathers and all that. So come to find out, it's arrested fermentation on top of it. So like this story's getting deep. I mean, like the father of the rocks and arrested fermentation.
and hating women.
It is
Whoa.
controlled. Well, we've already clarified it was
Oh,
fermentation.
sorry, I was taking a drink when y'all talking about that.
So it's not a landing strip-tation.
Oh, well.
Full fermentation.
Well, that's bad. You're
So-
welcome, Brent. Because you like the
Yeah,
beers
no,
and
yeah.
stuff.
So I mean, this is phenomenal. I'm gonna have this thing nailed by the time we get
Oh,
to
are
the
you now?
show. Come on, she's gonna be on it.
It's just gonna be. It's gonna be nailed. What are you drinking, Bull?
I'm having Mellow Yellow full throttle. So
Leaded.
Full,
Call
she is
it
leaded. That is correct.
yellow.
Yeah, I fell off the wagon about a month ago,
Yeah.
and I have yet to see said wagon.
Did you bump your head or anything?
I did not. I've just really enjoyed life on sugar again,
Okay.
and so I'm just gonna ride it out for a while.
I don't blame you. Good job. Good on you, buddy.
I'm gonna ride it for a
Thanks for
while.
being here.
Yes, sir.
Eli Kidder.
Yes.
How are you now?
I'm good, and you?
Travelers.
Good, good.
Yeah. What you what are you drinking?
I'm having a bush. Nah.
Not non-aspirated. Naturally aspirated.
Naturally. It's not great.
No,
I'll just tell you.
you don't like it,
It's my least favorite non-alcoholic beer thus far.
and you like Bush.
Yeah, I mean, Bush Light's a decent
Busch.
beer. But the that's
It's not.
nah.
Nah.
You don't want it. You don't
It's
want
naturally aspirated, but it don't have any horsepower in it.
it. Zero.
Zero.
Well, interesting fact, Eli, it's because it's with simulated fermentation, and everybody knows raw fermentation is way better.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so they put a condom over it.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sorry you don't like your beer tonight.
It's all right.
But hey, there's a couple in there left from last week.
So it's brewed by prophylactics.
Yes.
Yes.
I haven't got that far in the article. I haven't.
Okay.
He's
I
working
got to
on
do
it.
the Willie Nelson thing off a half baked today at work.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. They were talking about how things years ago were so cheap, and I was like, you know how much condoms were? You know, and obviously none of these older well driller people had seen the movie Half Baked, so they had no idea where I
I
was
thought you
going
were
with
going
it.
to say I never saw a condom.
I said, well, y'all remember how much condoms were? And they said, no. I said, me either. I didn't use them. Because that's off the movie, and it's
Absolutely.
hilarious.
It's funny.
And they had no idea. They were like, okay, gotta go now.
Yeah, see
Bye-bye.
you later. Adam, he's having some Space Dust IPAs. Those are good. Elysian brewery. They're good.
He's
Great
in
turn.
Alabama, right?
Yeah.
He's a Jacksonville State guy. Is that right, Adam? Are you a Jack State guy? Home of the Big Red Peckers?
Well, that's it. Didn't you have a hat?
Yeah.
Thought so.
I'm a big fan of Jack
Thought
State.
so. I thought
Big
so.
C, little O, C, K, S, Jack State Gamecocks. Oh, hell yes.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a cheer.
I'll tell you what. This guy back in his prime,
Yesterday.
day before, he napped yesterday. If you ask him a college team, what's their mascot, dude, he could. You remember that?
He had it.
Oh, I can name every mascot.
It was unreal.
Yeah.
But you're in Alabama now, Adam's what we're asking there. Adam,
Yeah, that was my question.
Adam Berry on the Facebook Live from Apache Jericho chiming in, had a little conversation with us. I myself, I'm having a
Travis, what are you drinking tonight?
little DAP 2023, David Palooza beer, 4%, a little lower horsepower.
How's it taste this evening? Could you let me know? Oh, I like it when he slurps.
Refreshing, crisp, clean. Just the right amount of juice in there. Like it.
It's got that
Classy. It's classy.
I see.
Tastes classy.
I see. It's like it's classy.
It's classy.
I am now going to go with the Upside Down Golden Ale.
Nah.
No,
Nah.
no.
See, aren't you glad I didn't drink those?
Thought
Me
you were
too. Me too.
Thought you were gonna say. I'm glad I didn't say banana again. Huh?
Knock, knock.
What's going on?
Who's there? Tell me a knock knock joke.
Knock, knock.
Come in.
It
You
messes
do-
you up every time.
You
especially
do that to kids,
5-year-old.
they lose their minds.
You're supposed to say who's there.
They get so mad, and it's so funny. I love doing that. All right, guys, if you want to party like a rock star right now, Common John Brewing Company. Karaoke started at 6 p.m. Still got about an hour and a half
Hey.
left. Thank you, Mother. To go up there and sing. Had a great final. The finalists last week.
Who won the Magic Mike?
I don't remember.
John?
A gentleman named Oliver Spencer from Nashville, Tennessee. He is an engineer at the base. That was actually his second time ever at Common John Brewing Company.
Well,
There were some. I saw a video of Megan's friend Allie Mack. She was in the finals and she sounded fantastic. Like I've been out, with her several, her and Megan several times. Been around her. No idea a chick could sing like that. It was
Surprising and
impressive. So
I was blown
Well.
away. All the contestants, they worked the crowd. They had wireless mics. They were on tables.
like
they were,
Joel Lawrence doing karaoke.
I've never seen it, but I've heard you talk about it.
there's legend.
Incredible.
There's
They
legend.
done phenomenal from an entertainment standpoint.
What's up, Hector?
The judges did not let us down on their choices for entertainers. It was a very entertaining day.
Oh, good. So if you want to go out there, right, get there. You got about an hour and a half left. Go see Shane, DJ Shane with Back Porch Productions. So go check them out. All right, guys. I'm gonna take our first break. We come back. Some sad news for most of us in the room. That I want to say how dumb some people are for making this decision. I'm hurt. I'm butthurt about it.
I'm angry,
I can't wait to get into it.
but I also understand some of it. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then a little bit later we're gonna maybe talk a little bit of primetime, a little Deion Sanders.
Did you watch that game by any chance?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We're gonna talk about it, good, the bad, the ugly.
You're one of the
Everybody's-
9.3 million.
Yeah. Oh, I was.
I watched all of it.
Man, it was.
How late did I stay up?
That
Past
was
your
pretty
bedtime.
late, man.
You dang right.
That
I
was
did.
pretty late. Don't forget, a little bit later, we got Lunchtime Theater Music Week, a little bit of Travis Talk. You're listening to the Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brewing Company on Rooster on 115 and Facebook Live.
Guys, get that app out there. That Rooster app. Get it.
You might as well.
I got behind it, so won't do it. Just mute us. Yeah, mute us. Okay.
All right, Facebook land. We'll be right back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Don't go nowhere, so we'll find out where those Rocks fathers went and were they arrested and why does non-alcoholic beer affect feminism. We'll be right back.
I didn't know that was.
Well, what's everybody out there on Facebook doing right now is what I want to know.
What's up, Trey?
Well,
Trey
I want
Adcock,
more-
Smoking
do-
Joe.
That's
what
right.
do people think happened to these Rocks fathers that allowed them to suck all the alcohol out of life? That's what I want to know. Leave something in the comments. Why do y'all think Fatherless Rocks drains alcohol from
Bastard Rocks.
Bastard Rocks? I keep saying the wrong word, don't I?
Well, they just they were between a rock and a hard place, and they had to go.
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Was.
Whoa.
Listen, they're igneous, okay? They don't know any better.
They could be obsidious.
Well,
I don't know why you got to call them ignorant. Like, I mean,
Why would they be a certain? Why are they a certain shape then? If they're obsidious.
I don't know. I didn't get it.
you're being very obtuse, Travis.
oh, I was waiting on it.
There you go.
I was
Thank
waiting
you.
on it. There it was.
Golly.
I didn't catch it.
I got
My
it.
apologies.
I was trying.
My apologies.
In my head, I'm going, Eli.
Come on now.
He was like, Eli,
It's
watch
just not
Shawshank."
beer. It's,
It is that
if it had a little juice to it, a little something, something,
Oh my
but
gosh.
it's nah.
Nah.
Adam, are you not watching Thursday Night Football?
All right, guys, welcome back to Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brewing Company here on Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live, episode 309. Tooth Bull, Eli Kidder, me, the Travis Reed. Something has happened over the past week, and it's touched our hearts.
Do tell.
They canceled Winning Times.
Stupid.
HBO, you're an idiot. That is.
I was highly disappointed when I read it, especially considering I'm finding this out as I'm watching the season, not realizing it was the series finale.
That I don't. We loved it. We enjoyed it. I know there was millions more that did. Why I was like, okay, this show is a hit because we're enthralled. We sport more than Tooth does. Tooth sports when he needs to sport, but for Tooth to get this enthralled into a show that's about sports, because Tooth enjoyed it. You liked it.
I loved it.
He likes them.
I think
I
he
was
really-
telling y'all at the beginning of the season, hey, don't forget, Winning Time starts on this day. Like,
That's accurate.
Like when you get someone who's typically not a sports fan to get that invested into a show like that, how many more people are out there like that, like Tooth, who
Hundreds, thousands, millions.
millions?
it's like I've told y'all in the past, like I'm way more into the history of super awesome athletes and the history of super awesome rivalries than I am watching
You
the
like
present
sports
time.
shows.
I do. I really do. I like movies about sports. I like the true ones as much as I like the ones that are fictional. I just don't necessarily like to watch the mundane of the game sometimes. Sometimes games can be a little mundane, and sometimes they can be super duper surprising, and that's when it's like it's totally worth it. I'm learning that because I have watched more games. Really enjoy most of the time the live events. I really enjoy that. You know, it's faster for whatever reason. It feels faster in person.
Yeah, because you're in the action. In the action.
Well,
Can I
did
toss-
you
can I-
get? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can I toss some facts into hyperbole, or y'all want to stay with that?
Facts are cool.
We like
Are they cool?
We like
Are they cool?
facts.
So come to find out, season 2 did not start off as strong as season 1, and it said halfway through, it fell to where it was 30% of initial viewership. So that's why they determined to cancel, because nobody cared.
I read that as well, and there were some other issues beyond that. They really didn't know how much further they could take the show. I think there's plenty more they could have done with at least the rivalry between the Celtics and the Lakers, and what happened as far as history tells us with Magic and Kareem going to was it the Heat? Where'd he go? Where'd he
No, he retired a Laker.
Oh,
Shaq went to the Heat.
I'll be dang.
But I feel like what you're saying there, with keep talking about Bird and Magic. Well,
Then you can bring Jordan into the mix.
and the Pistons.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
they're the one who stopped the three-peat. You know, because they Pat Riley in the press or the celebration, the parade after they won their back-to-back. He's like, "Oh, let's three-peat," and that's the first time like anybody ever said that phrase.
And
allegedly.
And I guarantee you, there's more on the Genie end of things.
She's still
Buss's
going
daughter,
strong.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's doing great now. That's what I'm saying. She became the first woman, right? Owner.
Yeah.
Owner.
Yeah.
And she was married to Phil Jackson. What's up, Jim?
I did not know that.
Yeah. See,
I
you-
hope not, Nick Crozier. I hope not.
You just there's so much more you could dive into, and then you go into because the very first episode talked about Magic announcing that he had the HIV. At least get to that point, you know what I mean? At least close it with it, because that's what you open with.
Yeah,
At
I
least
thought
get-
it was going to. I thought it was going to catch up, and that's where it was going to end.
Well, did you get to catch any of it at all?
Oh yeah, and again, and my 2 cents is the poor job done by the guy who played Richard Pryor is really what brought the show down. That's what brought it down.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike Epps, he just ruined it, and I think that he ruined it for America because everybody knows Richard Pryor was America's sweetheart after Betty
Hold
Boop.
up. Mike Epps's portrayal of Pryor, in my personal opinion, not knowing Pryor as an individual, just knowing him as a public figure on television as a comedian, spot on, absolutely awesome. Couldn't have done it better. Don't know who could have done it better. It was awesome.
I concur.
I enjoyed it.
Strictly from I watched him on TV do comedy specials. I saw him in The Toy. This guy did a great job portraying him.
I saw him.
All I know
You
is,
ass.
all I know is my cousin's second uncle's second divorced wife from the guy that she saw before he went off to NAM spoke about one time whenever he ran across Pryor in a men's restroom, and he just said it wasn't that enjoyable.
It's the strike.
Was that the one from Michigan you're talking about?
The strike.
No, they were from.
It's
they
'cause of
were
the
from
strike.
Tahlequah.
Yeah.
It is.
I didn't
Oh,
even
I
think
didn't know
about that.
Listen, I want to say this. You all know how big a fan I am of the GOAT, and my GOAT is Jordan,
Absolutely.
hands down.
Well, that's because that's who he is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I am going to say this. I don't even care what context we're speaking. This says Jordan did it with nobody. I am more than sure that I did not see one game in the 90s that I watched Jordan play in where he was the only one on the team playing. I did not see that. There was always multiple people
4 more
on
people.
the court playing with him.
Well, he had-
I even saw them touch the ball sometimes and
Right.
score points.
He had Pippen and Horace Grant. So I mean, but to say he had no. I mean, I get what he's saying.
I understand what he's saying.
If he's saying it in
But-
context with the LeBron discussion,
I think he
100%.
meant- yeah, I think he's on
I
that.
hope that's
What
where
somebody
you're going
brought
with
up, there was too much ball touching. I mean, I mean,
I bet that's going to be in the article towards the
Yeah,
bottom.
It probably
Robin,
is.
Robin was on that team for a while too, guys, and Robin,
yeah.
Robin was
He's one of the
a
best
force
defensive-
to be reckoned with defensively.
Steve Kerr, John Paxton.
Yeah.
Paxton,
You had
see?
shooters, Craig Hodges, even. You know, he come off the bench. Stacey King,
BJ.
Clifford. Yeah, had BJ, babyface.
Were any of them to his level? No.
No, nobody is. Nobody ever was. So like, Hope asked me the other day. She's like, "Who you think?" Because she was saying how she didn't know anybody that played basketball now. So I started naming
I don't
names.
blame her.
And she was like, "Oh yeah, I've heard that name." And she's like, "Do you think Michael Jordan's the best?" I'm like, "I don't think. I know he is."
Ah,
And I said that some people say,
Will Purdue.
That's
Huh?
right.
Vanderbilt's own. Go
That's right.
Doors.
Size 22 shoe.
Huh? Anchor down. SEC powerhouse.
Yeah, Jordan broke his nose in practice one day.
Oh, heck.
Dotted that I for him. But I told Hope, I was like, yeah. I said, some people say, Wilt Chamberlain or Kobe or LeBron or, some people say
Even
Magic.
Kareem, I've heard. You
Yeah.
you've had that, and you've had the Magic. Well, maybe not Magic, but Kareem for sure.
Yeah.
Bird was called
Yeah.
the best in the business for a long
Right.
time.
Right. So it's a subjective argument, but I mean,
I just still can't get over when Kareem's wife come out. It just in my head was that part in "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker" whenever Fletcher comes out, and he's just like, "My Nubian queen," and it's this pale white girl that comes out.
It's. I tell you
forgot
what,
about that
I
part.
tell you what gets me
Get
is
you,
like
sucker.
I was a kid. I knew who Kareem was, but I didn't know.
Lou Alcindor.
I did not. I did not know. So for me, watching this show, getting to see just how serious, because he was a very stoic individual, portrayal-wise, in this show.
Yes.
It was hard for me because I know Kareem like,
From Airplane.
flying with Otto.
Yeah.
And I keep thinking, like, why is he so serious?
From Airplane.
Why is he not hanging out with Otto right now?
Right.
Autopilot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, again, and I guess that's sort of the thing that we're
This
all
guy.
watching is we're watching him have to hand over his legacy.
Yeah.
And just go like, what do I do without ball? And that's gotta
Hey,
be deep,
But he tried to be a mentor in a couple points too. You know what I'm saying? There was that initial.
Yeah,
It's
I
hard to
don't like
deal
you.
with, and then there's that. Okay, it's time to try to help this guy
Yeah.
come
Hey,
into
Buck.
his own.
Yeah, Buck.
Hey, Buck.
Young
Listen,
Buck.
I don't know, man. I like the show a lot. I'm very disappointed.
I was so I was just like, this cannot be. It's got to be, because I saw it now. Because when somebody said you did, I think you sent me, Eli and myself a message the other day, maybe.
And we said, that's poppycock.
Yeah, I was like, no way. And I was like, yeah, I saw that. And I was like, maybe that was on a one of those fake groups, like a meme group or
A
something.
meme page?
Yeah, because they do all kinds of memes like that. And I'm like, there's no way. How can they cancel that? But I guess, like Will said, the viewership went down, this, that, and the other. But
The strike. Adam Berry's done told y'all.
yeah, I mean, that could
That's-
be part of it for sure.
That makes sense. It's a very logical hypothesis.
It really is. And I wish and hope maybe that since they're in it, maybe somebody like Netflix or Amazon could
Pick
it up.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? That would be. I'd watch it again.
I
just-
love John C. Riley also. Just I'm throwing that
I
out there.
love John C. Riley.
You know,
I think go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
paper, rock, scissors, shoot.
Oh, you got to do
Die.
it again.
Go ahead.
I think he did a really good job portraying Dr. Jerry Buss, and I have went back and just looked at some different
Photographic pimentos.
of Dr. Jerry Buss, different video footage, like interview kind of things. I think he did a good job.
I think so. And him and Will Ferrell had a falling out for that
I did not
because
know
Will
that.
Ferrell wanted, like, his agent or manager or whatever, kind of had a line in on this show. So Will Ferrell wanted nothing more than to play Dr. Jerry Buss.
But they went with Cal Naughton Jr.
They did, and
Shaking back.
that caused a rift. Apparently, Will Ferrell fired his manager, agent, whatever, and hasn't talked to John C. Riley. Or this was like I read this during the first season.
Well, in fairness, I mean, Cal Naughton Jr. did steal his wife. So
He's just getting back at him.
he's just getting back at him.
But
I think
but
Jerry Stiller would have played him. That's who I wanted to see as Jerry Buss.
just a little bit taller. Yeah, but I agree though. John C. Riley did a fantastic job playing it because
Big fan.
anytime you see, he's one of those actors where when you see him, you're like, he's going to make something in this funny. They're like Jason Bateman. You're going to get humor out of something, whether it's a facial expression, how he delivers a line. He's one of those ones where, like, I'm going to laugh at him somehow. And maybe not supposed to, but I'm going to because it's John C. Riley.
So you've not seen Gangs of New York?
No.
Okay.
Not very riveting in that role, but he did.
He doesn't make me laugh.
He didn't make me laugh in Days of Thunder either.
I did get the look on his face because he looked so bewildered and stupid all the time.
Bewildered is a great adjective for him.
It absolutely is.
It really is.
That's still one of my favorite lines. Is like, no, I can't smell it.
Buddy Brotherton
I've
was your
lost
father.
my sense of smell.
Well, yeah, but I was devastated. I was like, there's no way. But,
I hear it's the strike.
I heard it was a strike.
That's what
the
I heard.
strike.
It's the word on the street.
It really is a good show, though, guys. And if you haven't watched it, it is still on Max. There are 2 seasons. It is absolutely worth
Check
a watch.
it out.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, it was, and that's why I said, like,
But
I
it's
said,
foosball season. So
it is football season. With somebody who's not a big sports fan liking it as much, there had to be more, and I have a hard time feeling that viewership fell off that much.
It was truly to me entertaining. And there again, like I said, a lot of what is being portrayed on this show, whether or not I was a tiny person, 2-3 years old, I was alive.
I thought you were saying like
No, I mean, I was
a small
alive
person.
Yeah,
during a lot of what is being portrayed on the show. And I was alive at a point that I wouldn't be able to remember this stuff. So it's really, that's kind of the things that interest me anyway. I'm into that kind of thing. So it was cool.
So speaking of that, Tooth, Bull, Eli, what's one show that ended like this did after a couple seasons that you just really, really enjoyed, and you're like, no way they're canceling this?
Franklin and Bash.
Who was in?
That was Mark Paul
Mark
Gosselaar
Gosselaar, yes.
and Brecken Meyer. They
Was
were
that his name?
lawyers. Yeah.
I remember the show. I like that show.
I enjoyed it very much. I thought it was a disappointment that it was canceled so early. I would say the same about the I can't remember the name of it right now. It was a Hulu thing that Stephen King was doing. It was a series, and they did like 2 seasons.
Yeah, I watched it.
I really enjoyed it. And Castle or something with Castle, Newcastle.
Yeah, because he always.
Because that's his town.
Right.
I'm listening.
Ted Lasso.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where I was going.
Yeah.
Ted Lasso.
And I would have never known about Ted Lasso if not for Tooth. And you watched it too, and you loved it.
Hands down, I cried more times than I've grown.
Him
by.
cried.
That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
But listen, I want to be honest with you guys.
Well, I don't want
appreciate
you to
your
lie.
honesty.
Everybody can hate my opinion, and that's okay. I am disappointed that Ted Lasso ended. But that's one of those. Okay, look, it was the 3 seasons, and it told its story.
It did.
It closed in a really, really good way to me. Like, he's gonna go home. It seems like his ex may. Who knows what can happen? You know.
We'll never know.
But that's what I want to know.
That's
I can
that's
enjoy
the
and
hanger.
respect the
That's
way
good
this
writing. That's what
ended.
happens when there's not a writer's strike.
Exactly.
I can respect the way this ended. I like the way it ended. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a good closure.
It wasn't rushed. The ending wasn't rushed.
Yes, because I feel like that, especially with like Game of Thrones and True Blood. Like halfway through, I love those shows, but it went. We won't spoil it, Nick. We promise. It went off the rails. And everybody's like, "Oh, they're driving the books." I'm not reading those books. Ain't happening.
Look at this guy.
Well, I ain't reading the book.
Yeah, you can obviously.
Yeah, no. If it ain't autobiography, I'm not reading it. I
Mine was
Or
Mindhunter
audiobook.
on Netflix. Mine was Mindhunter.
Mindhunter. I thought they
Yes.
had a. Didn't they release the new ones?
Nope.
Oh, that's just the old ones that keep popping up.
Yep.
Man, that was
Mindhunter is.
that's a good show.
But I love the psychology. And for those who don't know, Mindhunter is a rendition.
Rendition.
A rendition.
There's an N.
Yeah.
It's a den in there.
Yeah, rendition.
It's a rendition
Everybody knows that.
of how the FBI coined the phrase serial killer.
Cyril.
Cyril.
Yep.
Not
Yeah.
Frosted Flakes either.
No. With an S.
Yep. Cyril.
Cyril.
You Cyril?
I agree. The first season of that was my favorite. The first 2 episodes, I was hooked. I was like, "Yep, this is my show."
Him was hooked.
I
Oh,
was.
yeah. I love Mindhunter. And again, they just stopped it.
Yeah. But some of these shows, like Tu said, he likes how it ended. It wasn't you said it wasn't rushed and stuff like
I
that.
did say that.
These other ones were. They were just, and then the ending was so lackluster. Like they were just like, "Oh God, let's just hurt and get it over. Just do this, and this, and this." And you're just kind of like, "Ew." It's very aggravating, especially because you get invested in these shows, which is that's what they're there for. It's
Sad. Is what
It
the
is-
word-
it
the
really
word
is
for it.
sad 'cause
That's what my wife says. She's like, it just ends so quickly. It's such a disappointment.
we're talking about TV shows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, TV shows. God,
Yeah.
what's wrong with that guy over there?
Premature.
Well, yeah, it's aggravating, but I do believe Ted Lasso did tell its story how it was supposed to, but I'm still that hanger. I want to know what happened. What happened after that?
What
I do that way
happened
with
was-
movies. A movie can be 4 hours long, and I get the end. I'm like, well, what happened to that guy? What happened to the guy that was at the store? What happened to that dude?
I'm doing a terrible job at this moment thinking of them, but there are a couple other shows that I can remember in history that have been 1 to 2 seasons, and I was really disappointed.
The Cosbys.
True Calling. I thought True Calling was a good show when I was younger.
True
it had
Calling.
Eliza Dushku. She played a chick who worked in maybe a morgue or had a buddy that worked in a morgue, and the dead people would talk to her, and she would usually
What
somehow
sick son of a gun wrote that show?
find out who killed them or how they died. And
Oh, I think I remember what you're talking about.
solve the crime. Like nobody came back to life or anything, but now they could
Right.
move on
What's up,
or
Bogle?
whatever.
Right.
And there was shows like that in history that were short lived
Yeah.
that were good shows in my opinion.
They were. I hate.
Erie, Indiana.
We're talking about good shows, too. Good shows, not shows, but good
Sorry.
shows. It's okay. It's okay.
I liked it.
Like Hardcastle McCormick, BJ and the Bear was one. That should have went longer. My Two Dads, that was a good show. Y'all remember those?
I
shows?
loved My Two Dads.
That was great. Because that one guy was
Paul
in
Reiser was one of My Two Dads, and the other guy was in BJ and the Bear.
Yeah,
Well,
sure was. What
I
about
really
that?
liked Mad About You. Now we're just talking about shows. That's one of my favorite shows of all
Low
time.
key, I don't tell many people this.
I know.
I love Mad
I
About
know.
You. That was a great show.
So listen, back in the day when I was hanging out with Justin, and he had gotten in trouble, and Debbie had grounded him for whatever purpose, and the only thing he was allowed to do was in the afternoons I could come over, and there was a little block, and it would be like Frasier, Mad About You, and Seinfeld, and he was allowed to have me over to watch Frasier and Mad About You. That was the only thing he could do during his grounding. and
toss salad
we
and scrambled
loved-
eggs.
I love Frasier too. It's one of my favorites.
Ooh, it's coming back.
Yeah, dude, I watch it all
What?
the time.
Yep, it's coming back.
They're making a new one.
Yeah, oh gosh.
I did read something about Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey
yeah,
Grammer was talking
yeah.
about bringing it back.
Adam Berry said, "Showing your age. You're showing your ages, boys."
It's all right.
Shut up, Adam.
I've never seen an episode of The Love Boat, Hector. I know what it is.
Love
But
Bug.
I've
Good
never
show.
seen
Home
one.
Improvement. The 100. That's a good show.
About the
What is
people
that?
on the plane.
They're in space, and then they're like troublemakers, and then they send them down to.
Oh yeah,
Earth.
yeah.
That's a really good show.
I'm gonna tell you, LeBron loves the 100 so much it become a joke. Anytime he would introduce himself to somebody, and anytime I was present, I would always make sure and I ask him, "Did he tell you about the 100?" Just so you know, it's a phenomenal show. I did that to him for like 3 months straight because he did it to me for 3 months
I'll
straight.
tell you guys a show that came out last year that I really enjoyed, and I've been nervous. I've looked some things up about its return, and it seems to have been delayed. But there's a show called Will Trent that's been on, I think, ABC.
Will Trent.
And it's about this guy. He is not technically a police officer, but he is like a mind hunter, if you will. He is one of those observant people, kind of like mentalist.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
so
show right up Bull's alley right there.
He notices things and sees things and understands things beyond the typical, normal, everyday Joe and detective. And he works alongside police officers in crime solving. And
So he's like a monk.
he may actually have a badge, but I can't remember for sure right now.
I do remember Monk as a
But
show.
he comes from an orphanage. Like he grew up as an orphan, and his cop friend, she was also in this orphanage, and they're kind of running from their past in a sense. But he is very clean cut, wears a suit and tie, like very prim, proper, organized. But he has dyslexia, and that's one of his mental demons. It's like he's super duper smart, but he feels stupid when he tries to read something. Hands down, excellent show.
You know
Like,
what?
The show is awesome. You would like the show.
I can relate to him.
You would like the show, Bull.
Michael, I hope Yellowstone's coming back.
Will
I'm not
Trent.
sure.
You can get on Hulu.
Will
Watch the
Trent.
whole first season. Will Trent.
I'll look at it. I'll
All right,
look, I'll look
all right,
at
guys,
it.
we're taking another break. We come back. We're going to talk a little bit about Deion Sanders, a little prime time, some Colorado football. We got one person in here, not a fan.
What?
Not a fan.
Who?
Not me. I love it. I love it.
Are you not a fan?
We're gonna find. We're gonna find out.
out.
Cliffhanger. You're listening to the Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brew Company on Rooster 101.5 and Facebook Live.
I wish you guys would just get out there and check that app out that the Roosters got out there. It's a Rooster 101.5 app. It's really cool. Procure it. Check it out.
Leave me a hot bowl. All right, guys, we're going to talk to you a little bit about Cheryl's Tree Service. Contact old Bobby Cheryl there.
Bobby.
Tree trimming. Got a bucket truck. Tooth, how big is that bucket truck?
75 foot.
That's huge.
I knew that.
That's getting up there.
Tall.
If you need a lot cleared, they can do that. Tree removal.
If you need a little cleared, they can do that.
Yeah, they sure can. I like what you did there.
Because he said a lot.
They are insured. They do offer free estimates. I think 25 years in business. That's a pretty long time to be cutting trees. That's hard work too, man. That ain't easy. I don't understand it, but guys, winter or fall's coming first. If you got some trees that are falling, they'll come and take care of it for you. Y'all give them a call. 931-703-4476. 931-703-4476. That is Cheryl's Tree Service. Leave us home, Bull. Keep going. Yeah, man, I was just like so heartbroken over that. Oh, Sammy, they probably have to wear boots to cut trees. They're probably all boot guys.
Sammy Q8 on.
Yeah. But I'm gonna tell on somebody right now, Sammy, Bull ain't wearing boots tonight.
I really want a Jim Jones shirt that says "Drink Up." I think it's hilarious.
Then order you one.
I think I should wear one.
Do it.
Drink up.
I don't see why not.
You got the perfect spot you can wear it right here.
I found this also humorous.
I wear dumb t-shirts.
This
all
guy
the
has taken a picture of one of those kitchen setups inside like a Lowe's or a Home Depot.
Yeah.
He's taking the picture of it. You can kind of see above the lighting. He says, "It may not be much, but it's mine."
Yeah.
I have laughed way too hard at that. It's silly. What's wrong with me?
The show is over in like an hour and a half, too. We don't have enough time.
Did you guys have anything exciting happen to Yuns this week? Anything at all?
No.
I hung out with my wife and Sarah a little bit this weekend. Sarah and from Canada.
Hey.
And Sunday, they went to the Titans game.
What a good game they got to see.
Yeah, it was a good game.
I drove to a neighboring state and hung out and did some gambling.
Illinois?
I did. I went to
Loud up there.
I went to the casino, the Harris there, and did a little gambling. And drove home and stopped in Nashville on the way home, where they were staying at the Sheraton, the Grand Sheraton.
Grand, not the regular Sheraton.
So I get there and Kim's texting me this is where to go to the valet. Okay. So I get to there and the valet comes up to the car and he's like, hey man, we can't do stick. Okay, understood. He said, yeah, we just don't have enough people that know how to drive them. I said,
get
I
it.
totally get it, man. Not a problem. I can park it myself. He said, the garage is attached. It's right around the corner. No problem. So go inside and have a good time,
You ain't getting a tip.
Go inside, get my stuff put away, come down to the bar where Kim and Sarah are, and Kim is already talking in cursive. She says, and this is how I really know, she was talking about 60, but she said 60. I was like, yep, it's Tawan's here, it's 60. So we ended up going to Skull's Rainbow Room,
Oh,
Oh, that's a fun place.
and it was awesome. I had ordered the pork chop. I've never had a bone-in pork chop before. And they butterfly it. So it was number one, huge. And then they opened it up and it was delicious. And oh my gosh, this was one of the most amazing things I've ever done.
All right, guys, welcome back to Everyday Joe Show. Brewed by the Common John Brewing Company on Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live, episode 309. Tooth, Bull, Eli Kidder, me, the Travis Reed. So you've never had a bone-in pork chop?
I had never had a bone-in pork chop until Sunday night. That's a true story. Not that I can remember anyhow. I've always done boneless pork chop.
I love the bone-in. I tell you who used to make really good ones, and I don't like saying it, but Crockett's. When it was here, they had a fantastic pork chop. It was really good. I was surprised. This was back when I couldn't eat the beef.
Uh-huh.
It was good. I liked it.
Well, I will say this. You guys know how I am about the vegetables most of the time.
You don't like them?
I ordered this pork chop, and I didn't see anything about vegetables. I didn't see anything about potatoes. So I ordered this mac and cheese as a side. Well,
for your vegetable.
comes out, dude, and there's a
Works
bed
for me.
of like
It's pretty much a salad.
what Kim says was zucchini and
Ooh, I like zucchini.
maybe zucchini squash. There was a yellow and a green.
Yeah.
I like zucchini. It's good
And
stuff.
some mashed potatoes. And this bourbon bacon jam glaze.
Yeah, boy.
What are you talking about?
And it was the most tender pork chop I've ever had, ever. I don't know if that's the bone. I don't know what the deal is, but it was
Just a good cook.
phenomenal. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this. And I put a piece of the zucchini in my mouth, and it was crispy. It wasn't not hard, but it wasn't mushy.
Yeah.
And it kind of had that flavor of that bourbon bacon jam.
Talk to me.
So I was like, huh. And Kim was like, I am so proud of you. Then I did that yellow piece, and I ate 4 or 5 pieces of that stuff.
You didn't rebuke it?
Did not rebuke it. It was not terrible. It really, if anything, didn't have a flavor.
Tooth's on a health kick.
And I was like, Kim, if you can make it like this, I will add this to the things I will eat at home.
Add it
Like,
to your repertoire.
Put it on the repertoire.
Well, good for you, man.
Put it in the air fryer.
She was super duper proud of it. Like, totally loved it.
Salt,
Now,
pepper, a little olive oil.
here's the kicker that you, I think, will enjoy the most, and it's important. The show will like it. You all remember us going to that place in Winchester. Remember that fancy
Follows?
bar?
Yeah.
And I ordered that drink, the CYPB Weller, Create Your Perfect Bourbon. I am outside of Skull's Rainbow Room smoking on my e-cig because it was very crowded and we had been put on a wait list because we didn't have a reservation.
Right.
And it was first come, first served at the bar. They find a spot at the bar. I go outside to smoke my e-cig. I come back in. Kim had texted me, do you want a double shot of Weller? I come back in saying no, absolutely not. She said, it's not the same one. Do y'all remember me telling y'all earlier about 60? She said, it's not the same one. And I said, no, it's not, but it says Weller, so I don't want to risk it. Just get me Gentleman. Gentleman's affordable. Just get me Gentleman. I'm going to get you the Weller. Okay, at this point, it's your money. What am I gonna
Tawan
say?
has spoken.
So she orders me a double shot of the green label.
Good whiskey.
Now, we're in Nashville. If you'll remember, at Philo's, my shot was technically $35 a shot, $70. And then Kim's drank, and the total was $96. Here, my shot was $90 by itself. The double shot of the green label was $90 by itself. And then Kim was like, "Oh, maybe I didn't think it was the same." I said, "I told you. I tried to tell you. You 60,
Baller.
You 60 times didn't listen."
She didn't understand about the shipping fees.
Right, yeah, they got a dock fee up in Nashville.
So we sit down at the table or whatever, and the next drink I order was a double shot of Gentleman, and he proceeds to tell me, "Well, our shots are 2 ounces. All I can bring you is 2 ounces." And I said, "They just served me a double shot, or they charged me for one at the bar. Can you bring me 2 shots of Jack?" "Well, yeah." What's the difference?
They did that to us in Oklahoma. They were drinking Tito's and tea, and he said, "Hey, could you bring another shot or get it a double?" And she goes, "We can't do that." And he's like, "Excuse me?" And she's same deal, but yet they would bring a shot glass of vodka, and you had to pour it in yourself. I thought, well, why not just pour the double shot in there and then top it off with tea? I don't know what the difference is, but they were adamant that they
gave
could
me a
not
double
do
shot
that.
at the bar, and he would not give me a double shot at the table. And that's
silly.
fine.
That's silly.
That's stupid, man.
And I had a dirty martini before I left. It was a good night. I enjoyed myself.
Did you get it wet or dry?
I had a vodka martini.
Wet or dry?
Well, with gin, it's wet or dry.
I thought vermouth is what made it wet or dry. With vermouth dry, without vermouth wet.
Where's Big Al when we need him? Because he would know.
I thought.
I thought it was a gin
know
thing,
what?
so I didn't know that.
Look that up, assistant, because I want to know. Because I want to. I don't even think I would like a martini, but I want to go in because you hear people say, "I want a dry martini,"
Martini.
and I want to go and say, "I want a sopping wet martini." Nasty.
Nasty.
I thought the dry was because of the gin. You can get
And it may be.
extra dry gin.
It contains less
Vermouth.
dry vermouth. That's all it says. A wet martini is less dry vermouth. So it doesn't specify that
Is
there
it any
is
less
a.
liquid, though? that's my question.
On a dry
just take the
martini,
dry out.
they give you an empty
I don't
glass.
know, but
Here's a
I will.
sponge.
They give you some olives. Here you go.
Hey, I'll climb this mountain right now. Y'all keep on going.
Oh, we know you will.
Michael Childers, he asked on the Facebook Live feed, he says, "Weller's that much better? I'm not sure. $90 better, but just curious, never had it." We were fortunate enough to sample it for the first time for most of us here when Lisa Williams Henley was
Weller,
here.
Pappy.
I preferred Weller to Pappy tenfold.
100%. Me too.
It's a good whiskey. Now, that much money, I don't know. I think even Tooth was kind of like, "Ooh, is that much? Oh my gosh!"
I don't listen. That is social pricing. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if
They've
you
never
were-
had early times.
If you were the liquor store owner, you're not paying the prices you find for bottles on the internet. You're paying regular cost. It is absolutely a delicious whiskey. The green label seemed to be a little more of a bite to me than that CYPB or even the blue label that I've had.
Right.
However, if I can tell you I can drink it neat and sip it like
It's
I did,
smooth.
it's pretty smooth. Like it's not a very sharp bite. It is definitely premier over even my love of Gentleman. It is definitely a step above that for sure.
What you got, Bull?
Research department.
Google.
The level of brine used can vary from a wet, dirty martini, which has more brine, to a dry, dirty martini, which has less.
So for me,
So-
filthy is wet because I order them filthy.
I
extra
also
dirty.
enjoy it filthy and wet.
Can I
So-
mention something? Sorry.
Before you do, did anybody just notice that Bull sounded just like an old English woman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, not even like you sound like an old English. Oh, God, I'm so tired. Oh, love it. He was like Thurston Howell the
Mr.
third.
Howell.
Yeah, Thurston Howell the third and Bull had a bastard child, and that was what the voice sounded like.
Loveliest
Yeah.
spot of tea.
What were you going to say, Mr. Kidder?
Something that I forgot to mention earlier. This weekend, Saturday, at People's Bank and Trust, they are having a cruise in, and they're also doing some other things like some games for the kids. They're going to have some concessions and such as that. And all the benefits are going to the Dream for Weed Foundation and the Dusty Elam Foundation.
Awesome.
So I just wanted to get that out there. Maybe, somebody hears that, wants to go, and But two great causes and two great foundations in our community that are reaping the benefits from this cruise in at People's Bank and Trust
People's Bank and Trust.
in Manchester, 1203 Hillsborough Boulevard.
You just cruise in, show off your car.
Show off your car.
You guys want to go?
I got to work.
You got that 5-0.
We go show it off.
Well, I
Or
gotta
you
be
gonna take
there.
that Ranger?
Oh, work.
Oh man,
I'd take that Ranger.
I got new tires down on the F-150.
You got new shoes on?
Yeah.
Oh. So, we got to talk about whiskey again and drinking. Here we go.
Are we gonna talk about Prime?
Well, we're going to, but our love is alcohol, and that's what we talk about. Your love is non-alcohol.
Nah.
Bogle been on that Sazerac ride. Come on.
That's good stuff. So Deion Sanders, well, prime time.
I've
one
heard
of my
of him.
favorite ball players of all time. Coaching Colorado Buffaloes this year. They were what 1-11,
1-11
last year.
Won one game.
They're 3-0,
3-0.
3-0 right
2-0.
now. 2-0. Okay, we'll say two. I think it's anyway.
TCU and Colorado State. They're 2-0.
Doing a bang up job. Kids are playing lights out. Got one guy, Travis Hunter. He's hurt now. He's playing two-way. I'm just killing it on both sides of the ball. Impressive. I like Deion's approach to the kids because it's a different time now. You know, and I think he kind of got that a little bit when he was at Jacksonville State. I love it. I think it's great.
Did you see the glasses sales?
There was astronomical, like $6 million in like a day or whatever it was.
Old dude said some smart stuff too about Prime wearing his glasses during interviews, so he bought the whole team some glasses, and then that spawned people to go buy glasses, and then it was like a snowball effect.
I love him.
I think it's awesome. But you guys have seen the same thing I've seen about him talking about his mama and like having the Prime persona, kind of like the wrestlers in the past that we've talked about lived their character, and that's his on screen, that's his character, but his everyday is Deion. It's two different people.
I think it's great that he's doing that. How he's acting. Even though like 60 Minutes interview, I didn't watch it all, but they said who's the best coach in college football, and Deion said, "Give me a mirror and I'll tell you." I was like, "Yeah, boy, that's what I'm talking about." Now,
I don't like his arrogance. However, he's the dude. He's the man.
he's him.
He's him.
He is
can
him.
say it. He can say that because he walks the walk. What I am most impressed with,
His kid.
huh?
His kid.
No, it's how he treats his kids. The media was trying, that's one of the things, the media was trying to get him to go all in on his kids. He's like, hey, listen, I'm proud of my kids, but I'm more proud of my team. He said, all my kids played good. All the kids played good. They did this, they did that. I'm proud of all the kids.
Good for him.
He cut it off like that.
Yep.
And another thing I like that he said, he goes, these kids nowadays, they come in and interview the coaches. He said, we ain't doing it like that. We're interviewing the player. If you may not be our guy, you may not be that fit. He said, you may not be the best player, but if you're one of our guys, then you can come here. He's like, and he tells them, you don't get to pick your number. You don't get to do any of that. Your number is what he tells you it is. And I thought, wow,
He gave
it's just
Shadur-
completely opposite.
But he gave his kids both his numbers, 2 and 21. So I guess he picked them for him because they're his kids. I would have too. But
Could you imagine being one of his children? Honestly, trying to live in that shadow.
So hard, especially playing that sport.
His kid Shadur is getting all kinds of play, obviously, but he was on the Pat McAfee show the other day.
Shadur was.
No,
Or Deion.
yes, Deion. Well, I think Shadur made a visit. I can't remember, but anyway, Deion was saying, they said, well, he can't play big time ball. He can't play big time ball. He's playing at HBCU. He can't play big time ball. And that cat went for 500 yards. He's the best quarterback in college football right now.
For sure.
today.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%.
Well, I can relate completely because, for years I've been concerned about how Jane Ellen would be judged on the way she plays the old Teenage Mutant Ninja 2 arcade, which
Right.
I still hold records for,
I knew that.
but
BUL.
she's just not that good at it. But however, Roblox,
Killing
knocking it
it.
out of the park.
Killing it.
so it makes you look bad. When it comes to Roblox,
Well, I mean, is Roblox really an arcade game? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
is
get that.
it
I'm with you.
really an arcade game?
I'm with you.
Meh.
I'm with you. When I'm with you, I'm with you.
I know what Dion's going through.
Now, I like. Did y'all see the hit that the kid from Colorado State hit on Travis Hunter, lacerated liver?
Yeah.
So this kid's getting death threats.
And his family.
Yeah. So Dion comes out and he's like, "Hey, that guy, whatever his name was, I can't remember." He's like, "He played a hard game. I've forgiven him. Our team has forgiven him. Travis Hunter has forgiven him." He said, "You guys are sending death threats to a kid who's trying to figure out life over a game." He's like, "Y'all need to stop that right now. That's ridiculous." I think it was great for Dion, and that's the part I like about it is he'll tell you what it is and how it's going to be, and that's how I kind of saw it when he was
Oh my goodness.
at Jacksonville State last year. I like it, and
I won't.
and of course, like I said, Dion's one of my favorite players of all time anyway, and then now he's getting to coach and
He's doing a bang up job. I'm not a fan. I have not been a fan of Dion. But I'm coming around.
I like it.
I'm coming around.
I think
it's a little premature for people to be talking about them going to the Natty and the playoffs and all this. However, they do play in the Big 12 or the Pac-12, right? Is it
Yes.
Pac-12? Pac-12.
yeah, which is disbanded.
Weak as water.
True,
So
but they went from one win last year to
Like that? Nah.
yeah, that's exactly right. That's the Colorado mountains right there. That's Boulder in the background of that beer.
Jackson State. I'm sorry, not Jacksonville State. My bad, Adam.
Yeah, Jacksonville State's the Cox.
Yeah, I keep saying Jacksonville State. My bad, Adam. But I think I love it. I like the arrogance because it is Dion. And did y'all ever see that that spot where he's talking about when he got interviewed before he got drafted? The teams will call you in for interview. So he goes to meet with the Giants. And the Giants hand him the defensive playbook. And he's like, "What's this?" And it's like, he said, "Big old thick book." He's like, "We need you to read through that." He's like, What pick y'all have in the draft?" It was like 13. He said, "Oh, no, I ain't going to last that long. See y'all." Gave him the book back and left. He's like, "I'm not going to be available at pick 13. I'm already going to be drafted." I'm like, that is awesome.
That's ballsy.
That is so ballsy. So ballsy.
Arrogant.
He could have got
But-
a Bo Callahan, and he would have been screwed.
But, I mean, he gotta do it.
He's him.
He is him. I love it, man. I absolutely love it.
Well, that's because you're like people like that.
Yeah. I love me some me.
Peacocks.
Yeah, you people.
What do you mean, you people?
I
Huh?
mean, you guys that are flashy and
Flashy.
boisterous,
I
You
love
wear
it.
big sunglasses.
I love it.
bright colors,
Bright
loud
colors.
shoes,
Yeah.
boisterous.
Oh, boisterous.
He has more to be boisterous over than I do, for sure. All right, guys, taking a break. We come back. Got a Common John update, and we're going to talk a little bit about last weekend at the Beer Fest. Had a fantastic time. You're listening to the Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brewing Company on Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live.
Tell them what to do, Eli.
Leave us hot.
Get that app.
That's right.
That's what I want him to do. Get that doggone app. I do like that he doesn't curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a fan.
Are you going to mention that car show up at, or cruise in at People's Bank and Trust?
Well, you can, because I got to be.
1903 Hillsborough Boulevard, People's Bank and Trust, cruise in. I like it, Dusty Elam Foundation.
Who else benefits from that there, Eli?
The Dream for Weed Foundation.
Dream for Weave. That sounds familiar.
Yeah. Dennis
That's-
Weaver.
Dennis Weaver.
Yeah, he passed away. They're
Huge supporter of local high school
athletic
athletics.
supporter. He was a
Huge.
huge, and not only high school, middle school.
Oh, yeah.
He actually pioneered the what's it called, hometown sport series or something.
I did not know that.
yeah, he's big time. He was a great guy. He's
Dennis
missed.
Weaver was a phenomenal human being.
Yep.
I enjoyed him thoroughly.
So that and the Dusty Elam Foundation are going to split the proceeds
That's this
Saturday.
This Saturday.
Saturday, and the times for that I don't recall, but I will
So
check.
that's September 23rd.
The 23rd from 1 to 4 p.m. No entry fee, concessions available. All the proceeds going for Dream for Weave and Dusty Elam Foundation. Hosted by People's Bank and Trust, your local bank. Hometown bank, I think is what their slogan is. I don't know. But I bank there and I enjoy it. September 23rd, 1 to 4, Saturday. Come have a fun-filled day. They're going to have like games for kids, cornhole, fancy cars, all kinds of cool stuff. If you're not home watching the Colorado Buffaloes play, whomever they're playing.
Oregon.
Oh, the Ducks.
Yeah.
What'd he have to say? What kind of stupid comment did he make?
He made a comment, but then he
Oh.
retracted. He said, "Oh, I wasn't talking about Dion and his team."
He did say that. He said, he goes, let's be honest. What kid grows up dreaming of playing for Colorado? No kid grows up dreaming of playing at Colorado. I was like, well, yeah, not till now.
All right, guys, we're going to talk about Cheryl's Tree of Service again here. 25 years in business, full tree service. They do clear lots or littles. 75-foot bucket truck, huge. They can get up. They can get up there
Way up.
because there's. Let's be honest, because my dad's used them before, and he has some really tall pine trees, and they had to use that bad boy to get the top.
They're about high as twos.
Wow, well, good Lord.
75 foot.
Golly.
75 foot. So fall is on the way. So if you got some trees that still had the damage from the storms a couple months ago, they can take care of that for you. They are licensed and insured, and they also do stump removal. That if you got aggravating stump and get rid of it, call these guys right here. 931-703-4476. Ask for Bobby. They do free estimates. That's 931-703-4476. Cheryl's Tree Service.
Bobby,
Bobby,
How much are the estimates?
free.
It's my favorite.
$0 for estimate.
Oh, here we go. All right, guys, welcome back to Everyday Joe Show. Brewed by the Common John Brewing Company here on Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live, episode 309. Tooth Bull, Eli Kidder, me, the Travis Reed. Now, time for our Common John update. Friday night, Brandon Martin, Zachary Thomas. Dietrich? Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, Dietrich.
Diedrich.
Apparently, Brandon Martin was on The Voice.
Yes.
Was that correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
So very soulful, I hear, from Kentucky.
Yes.
Kentucky.
We're getting a lot of artists at Common John from Kentucky.
Well,
It's like a
God's
Border
hotbed.
state.
It's God's country.
since
Commonwealth.
Tony and Hunter and all those guys come down west, we've been very blessed. They've gone back out into the world and shared it with additional artists, and that whole Appalachia style right now is really popular in the folk world.
Like Tulip,
I call it the Appalachia wail. That style.
if you will.
Yeah, yeah. So, but Brandon Martin had a couple albums out. Really, really excited. Justin Wells, Tony Logue, Justin Clyde Williams, all those guys say really, really good things about it.
Well, I'll definitely take their opinion. Those guys killed it last Friday night for sure. Saturday night, Laura, is it just Denise
Yep.
with two S's? Laura Denise and Ye Los Brillantes.
Brillantes.
Brillantes. Brillantes.
Yep.
They will be there Saturday night. They've got like 1 million followers or something.
is correct.
Absurd like that.
They are a hit out of Mexico. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Is it like mariachi?
Tejano is what it's called. Tejano.
that'll be a good time. They have Tacos Del Dragon food truck will be there as well. Open up at 5. Sunday, poker, 2 and 4 p.m. And don't forget, guys, next Saturday night, September 30th, Megan's event, Unstoppable Night of Hope. We got Michael Childress. We've got Jacob Melton. We've got Lindsey James. And Lewis Bryce is the headliner that evening. Tickets are $30. All proceeds go to Unstoppable, which is a charity that Megan is in charge of, and they help single mothers around the area. They're hoping to bless at least 5 out of this for Christmas. So that's her. She loves doing this charity. So if you guys would come out September 30th, $30 for tickets, gonna be a good time. That's for dang sure.
Fun to be had by all.
I'm going to
Everybody?
I'm going to be there. I guarantee it.
You're gonna be there.
Watch
Yeah,
me.
and you can either go, guys, you to the Facebook event, get tickets from there. If you're at the brewery at Common John Brewing Company, you'll see the QR code behind the bar you can scan to get tickets. Or you can go to commonjohnbc.com right now and go to the main stage page and buy tickets from there. You do not have any excuses on why you should not get tickets and support this event.
That's 0 excuses, guys. 0. Travis,
There you one. What?
I really, really, really want you to answer Matt Bogle's question if you can.
Oh, well, I'm gonna get to that.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Just make sure you saw it, man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, Unstoppable Night of Hope, September 30th, next Saturday night. Y'all check it out. Got a beer alert.
Guess what's back? Guess what's back?
Darkness is calling.
Darkness.
Darkness.
Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy. That is back on tap, ready to go.
You can buy another couch.
You can buy another couch. And don't forget, guys, also this weekend, and I forgot to mention that when I said about Laura Denise and Los Brillantes.
Brillantes.
Lordy. Gonna be on tap.
It got back on tap a week ago for Beer Fest, and for this event in particular, it is a multicultural day.
Now, is Tacos Del Dragon, they selling it out of their truck?
Yes, sir, they are.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right. So Darkness is calling back. It's a black IPA. It's very good. It's flavorful.
It's dark.
Oh man, it is so good. That's a good IPA right there for sure.
Is it hoppy?
Not as much as like a hazy IPA. It's I don't think it's as hoppy as those.
Really? Wow.
It's more like you got that roasted notes, if you will. You got those. So guys, last week in Common John Brewing Company was huge. Friday night we had Tony Logue. Surprised me. He went on first. I thought he would go on last, and he come out of the gate like, man, all right, cool. And then Justin Clyde Williams took the stage, and he'd been roaming around Common John all afternoon, barefoot. Has an Earnhardt tattoo on the back of his neck.
3-car?
3-car. So
Three-car.
when he come got a sandwich, he got the Intimidator. He's like, I got to order it. And he showed me. I'm like, yeah.
You damn right. 3-car.
There's something wrong with this dude. He is hilarious. His songs, they're very, very humorous, but the way he sings them, they're not. Like you listen to the lyrics, you're like, I see what you were. You know, he was talking about riding down the road and people being in front of him and not getting out of the way. And I'm like, you're in my head when I'm driving to work every day. This is it.
Get out of the fast lane.
Man, he was phenomenal. I loved it. Loved it.
Justin Clyde Williams is, I love, and what I hate is his records are good, but they in no way, shape, or form convey what he is live, and it is a shame.
And then Justin Wells, he's about as big as Zach Davis. Big old man. Great voice, great songs, but their merch, they had a little merch table set out there. And Justin Clyde Williams, one of his logos on his hats is like the Sundrop logo, but it's got his name. It's got the little drop behind it. You're like, man, that is clever as all get out.
It is.
Tony Logue, I meant to bring the sticker out here. I got one. It's like one of those, like those snub nose semi trucks, those old ones, you know?
Cab over?
Yeah. It's got one of those, and it's got a trailer behind it, and it's blowing smoke, and then the arm
Rolling code.
hanging out the window, 3-car flag. He has a song called, I think it's called Earnhardt. It's about him and his dad going to the races and stuff like that, and a pretty neat song. So I saw that, and I was like, I gotta have that sticker. I got to get that sticker.
Tony and Justin Clyde Williams tour, like that's literally what they're both in the 3-car with the flag hanging out of it.
But they did a fantastic job Friday night. Saturday had Rockstead all day.
Excellent. I
Man.
wasn't there, but they're excellent.
They were great. I enjoyed it, and it rained. It rained a little bit when the beer fest started. But let me tell you how many people that deterred. None.
How many?
None.
0.
There were people hanging from the rafters in that joint. It was awesome. The home brews were fantastic. Tried them all. That's always my favorite parts of home brews. Went to the big breweries. Did not disappoint. They had some fantastic beer. Matt Bogle asked a question on Facebook Live. What was my favorite beer at the beer fest? And there was one. I don't remember the name of it.
Oh, well, that's not gonna
I know. Well, I had so many. It tasted like a Nutty Buddy. It was from Backbone Brewing. It tasted like a Nutty Buddy. Like I would pour that over plain Cheerios
Wow.
and eat it for breakfast. No kidding. It was that good.
Sir,
Honey nut or regular?
I would regular. Because it's got a little bit of,
Plain Cheerios.
yeah, because it'd have that
I
enough
missed the point.
sweetness to throw put some sugar in it for you.
Pour some sugar on me.
Yeah. It was so good.
So good.
So good.
How good was it?
So good. What? So that was probably my favorite beer was that one. And I'm not a big, I don't like the sours or the sweet stuff, but that was pretty good.
Childress said both the calf killers were good.
They were. They definitely were. I think Matt, he just said, yes, it was delicious. I think he had the beer I was speaking of. I can't remember
The
the
Nutty
name.
Buddy beer?
Oh, man, it was so good.
So good.
So good.
So good.
I hear it was good.
So good.
How good was it?
So good. And then we had music Saturday night.
Oh my God.
What was
God.
that girl's name?
So Olivia Mason. started
Olivia
us
Mason.
off,
Yes.
and she's from Bell Buckle. And so that young lady, she is extremely talented. She plays at Kid Rock's in Nashville. She plays a couple different spots on Broadway. She plays the fiddle. She plays the guitar. She did impromptu request. Somebody paid her $100 to do Freebird, and she was like, "I never do Freebird, but I'll do anything for $100. Well, not anything for $100, but
That's
Yeah.
bull.
Shut up.
but Olivia Mason, she kicked us off.
Yeah,
And
she was phenomenal, man.
Oh
It was
yeah,
great.
phenomenal young woman from right here in Bell Buckle. We were short somebody and needed to bring it in, but the night went on. Jace Turley, who is a young man again from Kentucky, Appalachia. He's really got that whale, but again, he was just on West Virginia radio, which has broke Nolan Taylor, Oliver Anthony, tons of other artists, West Ship that we've done. But at last count, his single on West Virginia radio had broke 300,000 views on YouTube. And this young man just turned 18 and did not miss a beat. Phenomenal young man.
What I liked about him was his stage presence. He was 18. He looked 18. Actually, looked about
He
15.
looked about 15.
So
Yeah.
he's up there, and there was a crowd of folk sitting at one of the tables. They're like playing Yahtzee or something, and being they're being loud, wasn't paying attention to the show, which aggravated me. I'm sure it aggravated him. So he got done with these songs.
Sometimes a game of Yahtzee can get
He's-
real intense.
It can. And he said, "Hey, LeBron," he said, "I got a good idea." He said, "Put a big screen behind me so the football game's on. That way people actually, these
Pay
people
attention to
pay
it."
attention to the music going on." I'm like, "You're 18. You probably not played that many shows. That was pretty. I like that. That was good. That was good." But he was really good, man.
He did like Miranda Lambert.
He did. But for him to be so young, his stage presence was great. He sounded great. I love
Well,
it.
his grandfather played music, his father played music, and he's been playing music since he was 7 years old, and it showed. And that
His
young man
father
was,
played, his father's father played.
yeah,
father's
father,
father played.
yeah. But he
He's been
played.
playing for 11 years.
He
what I
played
heard.
one song that him and his grandfather wrote together, and one that him and his father wrote. And I'm telling you, guys, if you are a fan of that Appalachian music, the Tyler Childers, the Sturgill Simpson, that type stuff, then look up Jace. That's with a J, Jayc, Turley, Turley,
like a Turley
He
Davidson.
is a very talented young man, and I promise you, we're going to see something from him in 5 years.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, he's coming back?
Oh, he's definitely coming back next year too.
And who closed it out?
Cody Lee Meese
This
was amazing.
Tell us about it.
his daggum guitar is on fire. He had like
Oh,
it looked
no.
like a Telecaster, and he was making that thing sing. I mean, wearing it.
Extinguishers handy?
Well, I was there. I had it.
So
Dude,
it's burnt now.
He made that bad boy talk. He was great. He sang like because I first heard him. I was getting ready to shut down. I was cleaning up, and I heard him sing. I'm like, man, this guy's pretty good. So I walk out and go inside to get a beer or something. And he hits just a series of notes. I'm like, oh my. And I walked by Bull. I said, oh my God, this guy here, dude, he was wearing that Telecaster out. It was impressive. Dude
I mean,
was
it
impressive.
was, and like Travis talking, I mean, it was Waylon Jennings style, but then tossed in with that Willie Nelson jam band where they'd go. And I'll tell you, I was talking with a drummer, and I was asking about, how he wanted his style to be, and he goes, well, what are you listening to right now? And I was like, funny. I go, a lot of Black Keys and the Deftones. And he goes, I want you to mix it just like you would want to hear the Deftones live. And for a country show. So I had the toms rocking, the kicks going, and I mean, it was phenomenal. I was like, man, I go, a Texas Amarillo country drummer, and he's like,
I heard the
You had me at
production was
Deftones.
great.
I did.
I heard that.
And this dude had the look, man. He had that. He had that, you know, that lighter color cowboy hat, just a little bit taller, and got like the Richard Petty type hat, and had the little feather and the little.
No way, with turquoise.
Yeah,
He
I
had
was like,
turquoise.
Yes.
when I stepped out, when I was walking, when I told him this guy's
Dude, I
fan-
wish I could pull that off.
he had the look. He had those like the Ray-Ban lookings that kind of fade down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Eric Church type.
Yeah, and I was like, this guy, is,
Ronnie Millsaps.
he's got the turquoise bracelets
I
on.
told you about that time I saw Ronnie Millsap at Thunderbird Lounge in Memphis.
He didn't see you though.
He didn't
He
see
did.
you.
No.
Maybe I
The
don't.
guy had the look, man. I mean, it was spot on.
I wish I was tall and slender so I could wear like creased Wranglers and that
Yeah.
feathered hat. I think that feathered hat with the turquoise gem in the middle,
Well, you can if you
that's a
want to.
look.
You can do it right
If
now.
Bull can wear boots, so I can wear turquoise on my hat.
That's right.
You walk different in them.
I guarantee
You have no choice.
You do. You walk different.
All right, guys, taking the break. We come back. We got some lunchtime theater, a little bit of music of the week. A little bit later, we got some Travis talk, and some other nonsense. You're listening to the Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brewing Company on Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live.
Get that app.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
He wanted me to do it before.
Got him!
I saw him sit up. I'm like, I'm gonna beat him the old proverbial punch. 18
Oh, for me
left to
now.
go.
All right, Facebook land. We'll be right back after 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Don't go anywhere. We'll see what TV Eli's been watching and what music Tooth has found for us, and we'll see what kind of inspiring message the Travis Reed has for us. Don't go nowhere.
All right, guys, welcome back to Everyday Joe Show. Brewed by the Common John Brewing Company on Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live, episode 309, Tooth Bull, Eli Kidder. Me, the Travis Reed. It is now time for Lunchtime Theater.
Oh,
Eli,
lunchtime theater.
what you been watching, boy?
Boy.
Bye.
Boy.
Bye.
I have been watching the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah?
Man, that dude, he does 2 hours. I've been listening and watching because you can only see some of it on ESPN. But if you check him out on YouTube, that dude is hilarious.
He is something
and
else.
He gives this many you-know-whats.
Yes, 0.
Zero bad words.
I think he dropped one of those bad words on his first shows.
Yeah, he did it just the other day on
Yeah.
ESPN.
Yeah.
He said the F word, just boom,
Just
bombed it.
kind of forgot where he was.
Yeah. But he was saying that they had been doing this show for like 5 or 6 years. Mm-hmm. Nobody would pick it up. And then he had such success on ESPN that they picked him up.
They picked him up.
Yeah.
Well deserved. I
It's
enjoy
funny
it.
as crap.
He is.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
I think he's
And-
hilarious.
And now they have he gets like a exclusive time with Saban once a week, right?
Every Thursday.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
I mean, because Saban doesn't just do that stuff.
He likes him.
Because he doesn't care for that kind of stuff. But that's.
But it's real talk.
Yeah.
He don't care about all the BS. I did. Did anybody see the video? I know this is really not lunchtime theater, but it's what I want to talk about, so that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Where Pee Wee calls in to the show, and Saban said, "Oh, Pee Wee, I was looking forward to your call. We couldn't do this, we couldn't do that, we couldn't stop them up front. They were getting penetration with 3-man rush. Our defense was weak in the secondary. What do you think went wrong, and what should we do to fix it?" And Pee Wee's like, So Coach Saban just completely flipped the call on him.
That is great.
It was awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that.
It was so funny. He was like, Pee Wee, yeah, I was hoping you would call. And just throws that out there, and I lulled.
Out
I
loud?
lulled, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Also went to MTSU and watched them dominate the racers of Murray,
Murray State.
The Lens were
Huh?
there.
Yeah. I talked to him after the fact. I didn't realize that they were there. We sat on exactly opposite ends,
Look here.
right
I'm
across
way
from
over
one
here.
another. Yeah. If I'd have known, I would have.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't go.
You
It's
sit in
fun.
the-
It's decent football. Roll damn Raiders.
That's right.
That's all I gotta say.
Come on. Did you sit in the student section?
No.
No?
You can sit anywhere you want.
Just wherever.
Wherever. You pick.
You pick.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had a good time. Did you tailgate?
We tailgated a little bit. We went with Emma's. We went to see Emma.
Right.
And then her little, they have sororities and stuff, and fraternities have tents set up. So we went down there with her for that. And it's a pretty decent crowd for a tailgate down there.
Oh, cool.
And there's two. We saw JP, and Ashley Kraft. They're big time tailgaters.
Really?
They've been doing it for years. He said. We'd love to come. It's affordable. She went to school here.
Oh, that's cool.
I was like, that's neat, because there are so many people that went to school there
Oh, yeah.
that are Tennessee. And don't get me wrong, would I rather go to a Tennessee game? Of course. I mean, it's
Look
more
how
fun.
close this is for us. I mean, it's
It was a good time. It was a really good time, and it's affordable. And like I said, you can pick your own seat. It's killer.
You can get there in less than an hour,
With
And
traffic.
back.
and you can stop and have you a bite to eat somewhere nice if you want to.
Yeah.
Except for Toots if you
Damus's.
go.
You can go to Damus's.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't go.
Get scary.
Can't go to Toots.
You can't go to south with
You
me,
can go to
but we can go to
Toots.
Toots.
Yeah. Just making
Not
sure.
Toots.
They like me at the regular Toots. They like me.
Thank goodness.
They don't. They don't even ask me what I
Hooters is
want.
family friendly now, so you can go there with your kids.
Yeah.
Why would
Really
you
my
want?
experience.
I'm glad my kids.
When were you not allowed to take your kids? I didn't know that. I've always taken the
They're
kids.
delightfully tacky.
Yet unrefined.
That's what they say.
They ain't that now, that's for sure.
No.
But, well, I'm glad you had a good time, man. That's awesome.
Thank you, Travis. I appreciate you having me on your show.
Well, you're welcome. I don't know why you said that then, but whatever. Tooth.
How are you now? Oh, wait,
Music of the week. What you got?
Southern Star by Brent Cobb.
that was the
Southern Star.
name of the bar at Lakewood.
Southern Star by Brent Cobb. It's one of those that Brian showed me at work, and he's got some excellent taste he typically knows where I'm at when it comes to these styles of songs. So I like this one a lot. I think it's worth a listen.
What style would you give it?
It's very countryish, if you will,
With a name like Southern Star.
but it's a good tune, and I even played it for my wife.
She like it?
I think so.
Kim approved. Tawan approved.
Well, Kim approved.
Is it upbeat, or is it kind of a slower?
It's middle of the road.
Yeah, mid tempo.
All right. So it wouldn't like determine what you know. It was you can go either way, middle of the road.
Yeah. It's a good tune.
Okay.
It's on the list.
Hey,
I already added it.
What list is that?
The Everyday Joe Show Toothpicks.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard of it before, it's on Spotify. You can procure that by simply going to Spotify and typing in the search engine "tooth" or "everyday." Pretty much,
Either one.
those things will bring up the Everyday Joe Show Toothpicks.
Or
I forget. You told me this was a surprise.
you can go to the website.
You can go to the website and there's a link now, and you can just boop link right
What?
over to Toothpicks.
No way.
F sake. Yeah, boom, right there.
Look at that.
That's really cool, man. That is really cool to see it firsthand.
I'll be dipped.
Audience, I just saw it firsthand. He went to the website, he clicked the link that said Toothpicks, and it took him to Spotify.
He sure did.
Yep.
I seen it.
Right there. Boom.
There are some really good songs on that list, guys.
There really are.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Any Deftones on it yet?
I haven't added any Deftones. They haven't really came out with anything new this week. They are in the works of doing some stuff, though.
Or this decade.
They are in the works, Bull.
are in
I
the
was really excited, too. I was like, Bull will really get a kick out of this.
Yep.
He's a new fan.
You can also go to the website and past shows you've missed. Click on that straight to the YouTube page.
Really?
What?
Yeah, just right there. Boom. Right there.
So
to the
you
YouTube
guys, if you
page.
want to see me get chopped by Cowboy James Storm, you could go to that page and find it.
Absolutely, sure can.
Or if you
And
want to see Eli say how much he likes $13 beers.
then all you got to do is go to clips and videos. Boom, right there,
What?
and that's boom. Either
Isn't there a
live.
clip or a video of me getting chopped?
There is. I added it on.
It'll be there one day.
And then there's my goat call that I made.
I remember that.
And then
Oh, that is the best. I still watch that.
Yeah.
I watched that this week. Well, actually, I guess it was really Sunday evening.
Some people say that. That's
Sarah, I
this
said,
way.
Sarah, what about Letterkenny? Well, blah, blah, blah. So
that's right.
check this out.
Well, birthday
Actually, I
shout.
said, check this out.
Birthday shout out
What's
from
this
Riley.
all about?
Yeah, from Riley to Tooth there last year. On your,
So, I was a legend.
he was a legend. Beautician. That's what he said.
It's still one of my favorite clips is Eli coming back from Wisconsin.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
You don't got to take the laptops out the bag.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Shut up, Shorty.
so I know it's not my turn, but when we were at the Blue Raider game, guy over beside us, guess where he was from?
Wisconsin.
Oh,
Yep. Oh,
yep.
Did he do that?
Oh,
Oh,
he goes, you don't realize you do it until you get away from it. And I was like, oh, yeah, don't you know? He's like, yeah. He said, I can't believe how affordable these games are. I brought both my boys. I said, oh, I see you're having a Yingling there. He said, oh, yeah. $8, not bad. He was right.
You sound like Rick Moranis in that movie where he talked like that.
Oh, yeah.
oh,
I remember the one
yeah,
with that other guy that talked like that.
yeah.
Oh.
They used to be on SCTV together.
They were on SCTV together.
Yep.
What
That's
about
it.
MCDC?
MCDC?
You know who that is?
I don't.
Motor City Dan Campbell.
Oh, yeah, is that it?
MCDC.
I love it. Love it. All right, guys, take another break. We come back, got some Travis talk, and then some other nonsense that we will make up as we go.
I've got something good, actually.
Oh, he does.
Nonsensical?
I think it's nonsense, but I think it's good nonsense that I heard this week that is actually happening. People are doing it.
You're listening to the Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brew Company on Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live.
Get the app.
Tell him.
Get the app. I told him.
I know you would.
All right, Facebook land, don't touch that dial. We'll be back in probably one shake of a lamb's tail.
Good Lord. All right, guys, welcome back to Everyday Joe Show. Brewed by the Common John Brew Company here on Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live, episode 309. Tooth Bull, Eli Kidder, me, the Travis Reed. Eli, updating your fantasy game.
I'm doing okay.
Doing okay?
Yeah,
Playing David this week?
I am.
Oh,
You beating him?
Run CMC is having a decent night. Not as
Yeah.
good as we would like, but
run
it is what it is.
Okay, and he's got Debo playing, right?
He does have Debo. Debo is not doing as well as Run CMC.
Yeah, well, it is 17-6 right now. Niners up against the New York Football Giants. Looks like Brock Purdy incompletion, or was it completion?
What
So-
about that dude's going to be a star?
Oh, I got several of his rookie cards. Thank goodness. Travis talked short and sweet this week. I caught myself doing something, and we all do it. I'm just as guilty. A lot of times when people vent to you, instead of trying to fix their problem, just kind of sympathize with them for a second. Man, that sucks. I hate that.
sometimes they just need you to listen.
My daughter called me out on it. So she was just venting about something. And I'm sitting here trying to fix things. Just trying to, and she's like, Daddy, for once, I don't need you to fix it. Just listen to what I got to say. And I'm like, okay. And it made me think, how many times have I done that? How many times have somebody just needed to gripe for a minute, and then here I am trying to solve the world's problems or their problems, when all I need to do is like, man, that sucks. I hate that for you, blah, blah, blah. But you have your own kid call you out about it, you kind of like, oh, geez,
I think we all do it.
we do, and I feel like I need to step back and somebody does that. Just think about, hey man, put myself in their shoes for 1 second. Quit thinking about yourself for a minute. Quit trying to be all end all know all, and just listen to them. And like I said, having your kid call you out on that, you're kind of like, man, that kind of puts things in perspective right there for a second.
Absolutely.
So made me think it, and you're right, we all do it. And I'm going forward. I'm going to try not to do it as much. It's just like we've talked about, you go up to LeBron, hey, man, what you ought to do? And you're like, you probably hear that 100 times. I apologize, but, it's kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? And when people sometimes when they say something to you, they just need you to go, man, that sucks. I hate that for you, blah, blah, blah. Instead of me, I went into full dad mode trying to fix it. And she's just like, hey, dude, I don't need you to fix this. Just listen to what I got to say. I'm like, yes, ma'am.
Roger that.
I will do it. So it made me think, man. And I got thinking, how many times do I do that? How many?
It's honestly, I feel like it is in most men's sociological buildup to try to fix things.
Right.
And not just men, but especially men as a gender.
Yeah.
It is just something that has been bred into us, and it is just the way it is.
To be the fixer to.
And I've been called out on it, and I agree with Eli. I think all of us here, especially, have done it. But it's something that I've tried to be more and more conscious of, because sometimes you just need somebody to listen.
Yeah.
Just listen.
And that's all Hope needed, was just for me to listen. And I know.
Sometimes I
hate that.
already know what I need to do, and I already know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But I still want to get this off my chest, even though I know this is what I need to do to fix it.
Right.
I think in fairness to us, though, especially, is that we've all been in the customer service industry where we've had to take those chewings and listen to somebody vent. And what does every manager tell you? Hey, let them get it off their chest. Let them tell you what they want to tell you, and then come up with a solution. That's what we're trained to do.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying as far as men go, but especially being in a customer service industry
Right.
where you get a lot of chewings. I know, at least in my
Absolutely. I would
experience.
agree with you
You
100%.
keep your mouth shut. You let them say what they need to say, and then you try to find a solution.
Yeah.
And I mean, you do that for 20 years, 25 years. It's hard to just say,
It's second nature at that point.
yeah,
It really-
It's
yeah.
reflex.
it's an Angram.
Yeah. It makes me angry too. Nope. Wrong word. From me or him? From me? Dang it. Anyway.
I think you just misheard what he said. You used the term angry properly.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm going forward. I'm gonna start trying to do better. It's gonna be hard. Like Eli, we're kind of not pre-programmed, but we've been programmed because of our backgrounds.
I'm just going to be supportive here and tell you the first step is being self-aware. You have pinpointed the problem. Next step is washing it off.
Yeah.
So you're at step one now. You realize that it is something that you can probably try to do better.
Yeah, I think so.
And you are now going to try to consciously make that effort.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's all that can be expected.
And maybe Hope, which Hope talks to me a lot anyway. It's not like we don't ever talk; we talk every day. But maybe she'll confide in me some more if I just listen to her instead of trying to fix it like Dad's trying to. You know what I mean? So, just made me think about a lot of stuff. I was like, man, how many other times has she had a problem and I just try to fix it and I didn't just listen to her problem and just let her figure out her own or whatever.
Yeah, maybe she didn't have that comfort level at that time to say, "Hey, no, dummy."
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. So, and to your point, like how many times she just got fed up with it and stopped telling me stuff because I was always trying to fix it. And now maybe she'll come to me after I'm like, you know what, Hope, you're right.
A lot of that's her growth too, though, and I think any kid when they get to be a little older, they start.
Right.
Well, I mean, they obviously mature and they know what they can say to you, and get that point across.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was a good. It was a good moment for her and myself to kind of have that conversation and make me take a step back, look in the mirror a little bit, like, hey, man, like you said, she is old. She's 17.
It's one of those moments, if you will, that as a parent, no matter how much you know she's 17, it's a blinding realization that she's 17. I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but for me, there's several times with the twins as well as Caitlin that I would, no matter how old I knew they were still kids. And one of those moments would happen where it's, they're really not so kid anymore. It's a very adult thought process. That was a very adult way to make your point. And those things kind of give you that epiphany of just how grown your child has become.
Yeah, that's for sure. It was for her to even. I mean, she didn't like clap back at me or nothing like that. She was just kind of like, "Hey, dude, I just need you to listen to me." She wasn't rude
Being
about
a jerk about it.
Her
Right.
delivery was the right way to where you realized,
Hey, just
and that's just as key for a parent. I feel like the delivery can change your perception, how you receive it, all of that.
how you respond, how you act. Yeah.
That was one of the things that Caitlin and I have had to learn about each other and in some ways even be told about one another is, look, he's taking this way because of or she's taking this because of me. And, we're getting better all the time. Yeah. So I just, good for you.
Yeah.
I just want to say good for you,
I
man.
appreciate it, man. It opened my eyes up. I'm like, man, how do I, at first you think, well, did I do it to Hope all the time? Do I do it to my friends all the time? Do I do it to people that just come up to the truck and order food and then they start saying this and then I try to start fixing it when all I should say is, man, I hate that for that. That's terrible, blah, blah, blah. How many times do I do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It makes you think like, geez, did I make somebody mad or did I, somebody, they're not going to, confide in me or, ask my opinion on something because I try to fix it from being a manager for, like he was saying, for 16 years. When I just needed to shut my mouth and listen, you know what I mean? How many times have I screwed that up? It stuck with me. And I'm, me, I can remember a lot of stuff. I'm replaying stuff in my head for like a week now. I'm like, did I do that? Did I do that?
You went full Urkel right there.
I did. I
Yeah.
got any cheese.
I was waiting on that one.
There we go. All right, guys, let's take a break. Here we come back. Tooth has got some nonsense he wants to talk about.
Yep.
Nonsense.
And we're gonna talk about it.
It's nonsense.
Hey,
Poppycock.
poppycock, he says.
Balderdash.
It's Balderdash.
You're listening to the Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brewing Company here on Rooster on 101.5 and Facebook Live.
There's an app out there you can procure called the Rooster 105 app.
That's true.
You could just get that. It'd be great.
True story.
All right, Facebook land, don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after these words from a picture on the screen.
All right, guys, welcome back to Everyday Joe Show. Brewed by the Common John Brewing Company here on Rooster 1015
Did we
and
just
Facebook.
have a moment, though? I think we just had a moment.
We had a moment during the break. We should have left the mics open for that one.
That was a moment.
It was a pretty good moment.
It was pretty
It
good.
was
moment.
profound.
It was. Tooth Boy, like it or me, the Travis Reed. Tooth, you got some nonsensical things.
Bruh,
Bruh.
And we wouldn't even talk about this during the break.
this is no cap right here.
No cap.
This is no
Bet.
cap.
Bet.
Well, that's another topic I could talk about all night on.
Look, man, on God, I heard this morning.
Oh, God.
I heard this morning on God, dude. I heard people get together. There are groups of these people who will meet at different moon phases, typically full moons.
Okay.
Like wax and gibbous.
And yes, Gimbus.
Did you have a stroke? All right.
They will howl or bark collectively as groups at the moon. They may meet, for instance, in
Bark at the
Manchester,
moon.
if there was a group of these people, they may meet at the park under the pavilion and then howl at the moon together.
So
Slap.
they Aussie fans or?
I mean, some of them are barking. Some of them may be Aussie fans. I'm just saying, I found this once after listening to some things you said earlier. I'm going to try not to be judgy. I found this as something that I wouldn't be interested in doing. To each their own. If it is a release for these people, so be it. I found it to be humorous in hearing it. That's all I can share. That to me was
Oh, you can
very.
judge on it all you want.
Dude, it was
That's ridiculous.
It
You're not
was
at Planet Fitness.
ridiculous.
That's right. You're not playing the
I was like, who is doing this and why? Like, why? We're not dogs.
No.
We weren't even like,
three of us
our evolution's not even from dog. We don't bark at moons and howl at moons. I don't get it.
Ozzy does.
I'm kind of why? What's the why? Why did they do it?
What's the appeal?
Did you research that, or,
I've done
or did
no
you, or
other-
did you just go? I'm done.
Hey,
I was-
maybe we should try it. Maybe it's freeing. Maybe it's some kind of primal thing.
I'm
that
almost
gets your
wondering if for
juices
these
flowing.
people, if it's not a way for them to any of the bottled up emotion they've held or harbored, maybe it's a way for them to clean that slate, to empty that bottle, to dump the bucket, whatever you want to call it. That is the only thing that made sense to me. Because look, I was at like exit 105 when I hear this. I had to think on this to like exit 89, bro. I was like,
You had all day.
I was like thinking on it for 25 minutes. Like, why would you even do? Is it to meet people?
It's a secret dating
Are
site.
they humping legs at first? What's going on?
Hocking leg.
Sniffing butt.
I peed on that girl. She's mine.
Oh my goodness.
I want to piss on you.
Yeah, drip, drip,
So
drip.
it was weird to me, and if anybody out there listening or any of our viewers are into this, if you could share with us what the appeal is, maybe we would understand more.
Well, Jimmy Newton, he's commented on the Facebook Live, and he said he's been known to howl at the moon on occasion. Just depends on how much Kessler he's
No,
got.
that old bald man, baby. Smooth as silk. You talking about smooth? Smooth as silk.
I can't believe he admitted out loud that he drinks Kessler.
Huh? Since 1888. I don't know why you would not.
Was it from Plano, Texas, too?
No, it's about 80 cents a shot, though. You can get double for $1.60 at the bar.
Can you get it in the booth or on the table?
They ain't even got that shit at Philo's.
Holy cow,
yeah.
that stuff is not available at Philo.
No.
That one made a big deal about it. Nobody
Yeah.
ever
What's up,
known.
Groovy?
Listen, whenever it comes to lunar
James.
activity, there's always two places I go. One, of course, is the Rural Museums of Greenwich.
Greenwich?
Connecticut?
The Rural Museums of Greenwich says there's absolutely no proof that the moon affects human, mental, or physical health. And then, of course, outside of comedians, the other person I go to is Neil deGrasse Tyson. He says, of course the moon affects people. It affects people that think the moon affects people.
He's not wrong.
I like that.
This is why I love Neil deGrasse Tyson, because he is absolutely a genius.
Oh, it's great.
But it makes total sense.
Brilliant.
Of course, it affects people. The people who thinks it affects people, it affects
Like,
them.
you think
Because
the-
the brain is a heck of a thing, and if you think something hard enough, then that is real for you as a person. That is the human psyche.
That's what placebo drugs are all about. That's why. I mean, people
Yeah,
think
you're right.
that they've got the right thing. Your mind is a powerful weapon.
So
or
do you
tool.
think the moon's up there going like, what are y'all doing? What are you barking at me for?
I think the moon.
It's made of cheese, so I don't.
Well, there's a man up there,
It's Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman.
I said, if you believe they put a man on the moon,
Oh, don't go down that
man on
road.
the moon.
I know they did because my buddy's granddaddy,
He develops the photos, microdots, man.
You did, didn't you?
masculine.
Film,
Ether.
Oh, microdot.
Oh,
film.
thought you. He
He
microdosed?
was like a lithographer, man.
Was there microdosing back then?
There was.
Oh, I thought it was just microdosing.
You know
back
that's
in
why
the-
Aaron Rodgers got hurt is because he was at ayahuasca
Yeah.
getting dosed. And that's what happened over. He found his inner self.
You talked about
the
me getting
off-season.
invested in something.
Yeah.
I got so invested in that Hard Knock series with the Jets that I was devastated when this happened. I mean, I felt like I will never get these times of my life back. I spent 48 minutes here and 52 minutes there for 5 episodes,
To watch 3 plays.
and I've seen the guy throw three plays, man. Three plays.
I thought that was funny. Trey said something about the Kessler, and then Jimmy Neutron said something about ask somebody from the Manchester PD. And as a lot of us know, Trey is a member, and he's like 100.
Yeah. Jimmy Newton said, ask some of the Manchester PD if the moon affects the way people act.
He said 100.
100. I guess it's all that needed to be said. 100. Oh, my goodness. I'm
That's
sure.
funny.
Yeah, that's all you can blame it on. But that's.
You can blame it on the rain, but
What's what Milli Vanilli said?
Yeah.
Well, they actually didn't say it. Somebody else said it. They ever found out who did this?
oh yeah. You should look at that sometime. Google
yeah,
that.
I
Yeah.
need to. I've never
You talk about a look.
got.
It's worth a Google.
It's worth a Google.
Oh, not like Roxette got the look.
It does not look like Milli Vanilli. When you see the person that actually sings the songs, you're
Yeah.
like, wow.
Well, they should get a. They should have parlayed that to a recording contract.
100%.
No way.
F's sake. I wanted to be careful. I'll say the real word.
I'm trying to set you up.
All right, I guess we'll take a short break, and we come back, we'll wrap this bad boy up. You listen to the Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brewing Company here on Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live.
Did we miss a break?
If you're out there searching in your app store and you're looking for a new app to download, if you don't have the Rooster 1015 app already,
Get it.
I don't know why you don't, but get it.
I would.
Keep you up to date with things going on in the community and in the news. You can hear little skips of the Everyday Joe Show. I'm just saying, why wouldn't you have it? Okay. You can listen to things on
free.
the fly.
$0.
Why wouldn't you have it, Travis?
Already got it.
He's got the app. Already got it.
He's
Get that
got
app.
the app.
I'm asking
He's got
rhetorically to the
app.
person who doesn't have it why they don't have it.
Yeah, no, we went long on mine, so we had to take a short break.
That never happens.
Because
All
I
right, Radio Land, we'll be
really-
back here at 2 Shakes of a Lamb's Tail.
All right, guys. Welcome back to Everyday.
Left it in too long, boy.
Man. Welcome back to Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brewing Company here, Rooster 1015 Facebook Live, episode 309. Tooth Bull, Eli Kidder, me, the Travis Reed, and man, I'm glad Mike's weren't up and you said that.
Trey, I missed you too, buddy.
It's funny because he said it, and the last thing I see your mom said was 100%. It fit for me. It was great. Oh, it was great.
All right, guys, we got to wrap this thing up. That was fitting.
Unlike your parents.
Or yours. Tooth, what'd you learn tonight? Anything?
There's no such thing as a judgment-free zone.
100. Bull, what'd you learn?
I learned that the moon affects people who think the moon affects people.
I think we all learned that. I enjoy it. Should be on a shirt. Eli, what'd you learn?
Bush nah tastes like boo hole. That's what I learned.
Well, you learned.
It's awful.
Yeah. I learned that to make the bush nah, that rocks have to not have a dad.
Yep, bastard rocks.
Yeah, so I learned I didn't know that was a thing.
I also learned that yawning in the microphone's not appealing.
Yeah, it took you this long.
Oh, I've always known it, but I'm going to continue to do it.
Nobody's ever called you out.
I've never stopped. Oh, I've been called out by Travis, but I've never stopped now. Why stop
You
now?
scared Matt Bogle to death.
Why stop now? We're 309 episodes in. Why change now?
Oh, Tooth, thanks for being here, sir.
Hey, man, thanks for having me, Travis.
Sir, Bull.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for being here doing what you do.
Yes, sir.
Eli Kidder.
Catch you later.
Catch you later. Check you later. All right.
Check you later.
Appreciate it, guys.
I holler.